happened, I was definitely not going to be good at hitting gear. Man, it's something different, boys. Y'all gotta feel it. It just, the front end just goes, yeah, and the car just goes.
Man, that's so fun.
Ridiculous, dude. Yeah, dude. Dude, it low-key sounds like a Hellcat. What's going on, everybody? My name is Seth, and you're watching 252 Squad. And behind me here is the infamous 4.6 valve Mustang, one of the most hated on Mustang generations of all time. It was a hit when it came out. Came back with the retro styling, everybody loved it. But shortly after the Coyote 5.0 came out, it kind of underlined this motor very quickly. It made very, very lackluster power compared to the Coyote, and that is one of its biggest downsides. And in today's video, we're going to be going over my buddy Chase's 3-valve Mustang here that fixed that entire problem with one simple mod. That one simple mod that completely transforms the 4.6 valve Mustang is the S650 Euro taillights. Not just kidding. Really and truthfully, it is the fact that this car has a GT500 supercharger.
I bought this car when I was 17. I graduated high school, met a bunch of people that had 5.0s. It was too slow. I didn't want to buy a new car. And I found this Department of Boost kit, which takes a M122 blower, and it's a completely safe 450 horsepower at the wheel.
450 wheel and a 4.6 valve is surprisingly a lot of horsepower, because we raced this car with my Paxton S197, and he actually put a football field on it. So like Chase said, it is an M112 blower. It is a kit from Department of Boost. You can actually buy this kit and install it on your 4.6 valve. And if you need any other Mustang parts and parts done on your car, hit up his performance. I'll put it right here. DM him on Instagram. He actually has a little shop and does work like this on Mustangs here in the Raleigh area of North Carolina. But yeah, this thing is absolutely sweet. It is one of the coolest sounding and performance things I've ever seen on a 4.6 valve Mustang. Completely transforms the driving ability. I mean, beforehand, these cars are pretty much dogs. They're not very fast. They don't keep up with much. Like I said, Coyote cars can pretty much floor it in 5th gear and run door to door with your 3 valve. So now having this up there completely changes everything. So the advantage of running a kit like this from Department of Boost, and it being a factory blower, so you don't really have to worry about aftermarket blower issues, is the fact that it has a really good cooling system on it. Like, Chase opted in for all of the stuff on it, and so it doesn't have any issues. Right now it is humid as crap and about 85 degrees here in North Carolina, and as you see when we take this thing for a rip in a little bit later in the video, it takes it. It doesn't care. Like, even in the heat, it works really well. When we took this thing out to Gatlinburg area for Ponies of the Smokies, no issues whatsoever taking this thing down the tail of the Dragon. It had better cooling than my Paxton S197 did, and honestly better than a stock 3-valve does, and it is all due to the fact that this kit is very, very good. You do pay for it, but it does end up working out really well, and 450 wheel horsepower is pretty much peak that you can get with a 4.6 valve without blowing them up, and honestly that sets it in a really good realm of power to where you can run with honestly boosted Coyote cars, if not a little bit more. Or not boosted, but I guess bolt-on Coyote cars. Boosted Coyote cars you probably have a little bit of an issue with, but bolt-ons, for the most part, you can run against bolt-on e-cars with this thing, and it keeps up really, really well. And as you see, we have a set of NT555 R2s here. If you look in the cinematics, you're like, why does he have smaller wheels? We have like a semi-drag pack on the back here. We got some 275s, I think, on the back of the, 275s on the back of this thing. And we're gonna go take it for a rip and just show you what she does, because it is a very rowdy and fun 450 wheel horsepower car. The other thing about it being a supercharger car is it makes a lot of download torque. The 4.6 valve already makes a bunch of download torque, but adding the blower onto it makes it even harder hitting, and it honestly does slap you pretty hard back in the seat. And I am very, very excited to get behind the wheel of this thing, take it for a test drive right fast. Let's go ahead and get a little quick cold start and hear the 4.6 glory. Honestly, can barely ever beat the sound of a 3-valve. They're one of the best sounding Mustangs of all time. Bro's also got the factory red interior in here. Absolutely fire. Fire. Very, very rare as well. This is honestly the first time in probably about 4 months since I've been in a boosted Mustang, which is kind of scary because honestly, if you haven't been in one for a while, they hit very hard immediately. And this car, for being a 3-valve, really is no slouch, because it put a bus on my Paxton S197. sounds so good though. It just sounds heavenly. The 3-valve, it sounds so good. Dude, it does move pretty fast, pretty quickly. It's been a while. Heck yeah. Alrighty, boys, so Chase gave me the keys. I have actually driven this car. I drove it up at pits. It is very fun, but it's been a while since I drove it, so you're gonna get a genuine reaction. Also, it is stock clutch. I'm pretty sure it feels like a dang near stock shifter, stock pretty much everything, stock suspension car. So let's try not to Mustang, but I am 100% turning traction control off and letting this blower rip, baby. It's been a while. All my Mustangs are very broken right now, so let's just hope for the best. I can already tell I'm not going to be the best manual driver right now. Shout out to my Jeep right now for driving an automatic. It still broke loose in first gear on R2s. That's pretty gnarly, honestly. I was not expecting to immediately go straight to the rev limiter in first gear. That's pretty rowdy. That's riding in the passenger seat. How do you feel over there, Chase?
I mean, it
hits pretty hard.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
It's pretty violent. The torque is definitely there.
Yep.
See a little third gear. You hear a little blower whine up at the top end. It's not bad. You're definitely not wrong though. These stock brakes do suck.
Yeah.
You gotta use like a little bit of engine brake.
Yeah,
like engine
it's pretty
brake.
bad.
It's like I was like hitting it. I'm like the pedal is just spongy. It's not a whole lot of feedback compared to like my Brembos and stuff.
Yep.
It does sound really good though. The blower noise is definitely there at like a top end pull like that, but comparing this to Brandon's like bolt-on 3-valve drift car, it definitely is a lot faster. Like it is substantially faster than a bolt-on 3-valve is. Granted, it probably makes 150 more wheel horsepower than a bolt-on 3-valve. I told you before it happened, I was definitely not going to be good at hitting gear. Man, that was so bad.
No, don't feel bad.
My inner MT82 owner just came out and I missed third gear.
I did that literally last weekend.
Dude, how did... dude, now I feel bad.
No.
Okay, you definitely hear the blower whine up top when you're getting a hard pull like that.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty freaking rowdy, not gonna lie. Up top, hearing like a little as it rolls over to like 6 grand, and like it has a really good power band. It's the only complaint I have about 3-valves is the power band never feels like it carries power. But this car carries power literally the entire way from when you hit the throttle and the torque comes in from the blower until you shift. It is all the power and torque, it feels there the entire way, which is nice, but you run out of limiter at like 6 grand, so. But other than that, I mean, it's absolutely fantastic. And it freaking downshifts and sounds crispy. It's like a baby GT500. It is very addicting to drive this car. Dude, I remember at pits, it had me wanting to trade my silver 6R80 car for a 3-valve so badly, I immediately listed it on Facebook Marketplace. Like, I haven't driven this car in like a couple of months, and immediately, every time, it just gives you a little itch. You're like, man, I need something like this in my life. It's like that blower hit is just the best thing for a street car. Just that immediate just whack of torque. And then, like, the 3-valve carries it through the power band. It's just, it's crazy. It feels weird. It's hard to explain. You can't see it on camera, but it's like a mental itch that gets scratched as a car guy when you feel like a blower Mustang. It just, I can't imagine what Termy guys feel like just carrying their nuts in a wheelbarrow.
Yep.
It's gotta be insane. Like, his dad has a GT500 now, and I really need to get a ride along in that, because the GT500 is this just on steroids, and I just can't fathom how crazy. Like, I felt like turbo Coyote, Paxton Coyote, but that still doesn't have that immediate smack that like a blower mod motor does. And man, it's something different, boys. Y'all gotta feel it. It just the front end just goes and the car just goes.
Man, that's so fun.
Ridiculous, dude. I wish I had my mics to put one in the engine bay. You can hear the filter just like God, it sounds so sick.
Man.
It's so cool, dude. It's so cool.
Ain't bad for 450 horsepower.
It's the strongest 450 wheel horsepower you'll ever feel in your life. It does not feel like 450. It feels like it hits harder than my 620 that I had in my Paxton car. Like, granted, it did win a race against my Paxton S197, but it's just the way the torque of a PD blower comes in is so crazy. It's just so violent immediately. Like, being able to smack a car in first gear after we've done those pulls, got the R2s hot and it hooks, just feeling the front end just get on these BMR drag suspension, and you're just like, I'm looking at the sky, bang second, front end goes like that. It feels like, I don't know, it reminds me of the videos of like old Fox bodies and stuff. It's just so weird because it's just such a different feeling than like Coyotes, 4.62 valves, 4.64 valves. Like, it just is such a weird feeling setup, and you can't replicate it. It's so good. It's really freaking good. Alrighty, boys, I'm hopping out of his car before I break something because I have a very good habit of breaking Mustangs. But God, go follow him on Instagram. Go hit up his shop and everything. These things, this car in general, man, it's hard to explain. See, we can't hear some baby GT500 noises right fast. Heck yeah. Heck yeah, dude. Dude, it low-key sounds like a Hellcat. The craziest part about all of that, me beating the heck out of it, him taking it for a lap of beating the heck out of it, as the storm gets closer, it never got hot. You can never feel any like heat, like exhaustion from like the blower kit. A lot of these cars, they start getting hot and you can feel the power levels decrease, pulls timing, all that stuff. Never felt it on that, and it's just the torque load and the power that it makes is ridiculous. It sounds good. 4.63 valve. The blower sounds insane inside of the car and outside, like those last little clips. And honestly, just overall wise, it's one of the coolest cars that I have ever experienced in my entire time doing cars, which is a long time. So make sure to go tap in, hit up Chase's actual account here, and yeah, it's gonna be hilarious because this is gonna make me want to get a 4.63 valve again another time. And I don't need that in my life right now. But anyways, guys, make sure to tap in, hit that subscribe button, click the follow button if you're watching this on short form, and tap into the merch. We got merch line right here. It's gonna be a link down in the description if you're lazy like me. But yeah, tap in, guys. I hope y'all have a great rest of y'all's day, and put a blower in your 3 valve. Peace out, guys.
Let me build it. Let me build it. Shameless plug. I want to build your Mustang and tune it.
Bro, take it to Chase.
I want to build it and tune it.
He's got a GT500 he's built, so hey, trustworthy man. But yeah, subscribe.